This is how we get to, apparently there's been a lot of rain here, slushing through the mud just to start the trail. This is going to be an interesting one, I suspect. What a luck of you. So the forecast is muddy. Okay, ons word vandag nat of ons nou lus is of nie. And it doesn't stop. But this is the adventure just to get to the trail. How awesome is this? Die Dutchman weet hier om hier in Pretoria die kampding te doen.
Yeah, if you come across it, don't watch it.
Who thought you'd find this just outside Pretoria?
You got burned. I got burned. Yeah.
It's brought lekker kak vandag.
And I was a bit spiritual.
Yeah.
And I was beautiful.
Yes.
Those days I wasn't truly gone and behind me now.
Yeah.
Now we hike.
Now we hike.
Now we hike.
Okay, so it's quite muddy today. We elected to do this trail has two sections. We elected to do the flattest section first in case there's a lot of mud. And then we're going to do the hilly section. So I'm seeing a lot of animal tracks. So I haven't seen animal though, but you know, when you're kind of like me, nose down hiking, you're not really looking out for them. So, but that would be nice. Yeah. So far so lekker. It's a typical, this section is typical lekker Bosveld. Baie doringbome. Very cool. Soms weer in die bos, in die woud.
Yeah, and then do you see Brian?
Ons klim nou die berg. And we're going up the mountain.
Oh, you haven't done the mountain section, boss?
Never been here. It's my first time. Lekker. Okay, so we're here after a week of rain, so it's quite muddy. It's very green. I don't know if it's normally like this or if it's seasonal. I'm really impressed to see so many animal tracks, hearing a lot of animal, yet to see anything. Also, this probably attracts the right kind of people because we're not seeing any litter. So yeah, so far well done, nice trail. Today I'm doing this one with 18 kilogram ruck. So we did the yellow trail first, which is a 4.8, and then we do the red trails right after that, which is another 5. Apparently it's a little bit longer, but yeah, we'll see at the end. This is a very technical trail. This isn't, it's moderately technical. Nothing too hectic. You got to be fit for this one. So if you're just beginning, do the first yellow trail. Work up to this one, because this isn't the simplest. Well marked. We got lost. It was my fault. We're talking too much nonsense. Had to backtrack about 2 kilometers through the swamps. But it was fun. It was an adventure. That's what we're here for.
He needs his.
Okay. Hier klim ons 'n bietjie. This is the first time I got a little bit gassed. Photo opportunity to catch my breath. It's a veiled break, so don't forget those guys. Lots of photos, lots of breaks. Someone's gassing. In case you can't see, that's up.
Yeah.
The little red Bootjie op die boom. It goes up.
Kev, downhill from here, but
That's Daniel, yeah.
What? Move.
yes.
Is it downhill from here?
No, your mood's Daniel from here. So we've gone up and then we came down. We've gone up again and then we've come down again. And now apparently going up. Yeah. And then we're looking for Pete. Okay, so we passing through. This is like very overgrown. So when I'm 6'5". I can't. I hit my head a lot. So the worst impact I've ever had was when I was wearing my cap, and you can't see a branch, and it claps you in the pip. You dent your brain canister. So whenever I'm in the overgrown sections, I turn my hat so that I can actually see the impact coming. So yeah, this one is going up and coming down. My compatriots have abandoned me. They took a side trail back to they're going to go get lunch. And this is a very important point again, is I'm just saying they abandoned me because I'm being a douchebag. You need to enjoy this for yourself. This is not a competition. You need to be in this. You're doing this for your reasons. So they've gotten what they came here for, and that's the whole point. I've still got a bit of gas in the tank, so I keep going and I get to see, wow, I get to be up here like I'm in the mountains and check out the scenery. And also when I'm by myself, I've got a lighter step. So today, it's the second time I'm doing the Sierra Trail in the barefoot shoes. The first time I did it 2 years ago, didn't go well. I don't think my feet were ready, and I said no. But then I looked into it again, and I started doing short walks, not trails, to get my feet ready for it, and also having done some serious hiking since then, my feet are ready to a point now where I'm very comfortable in these shoes. And yeah, so I've got a very light step. You can't really hear me stepping versus other people I hike with. So I think my chance of being alone and finding animals is much higher. So if I find something, the camera will come out. Whew. I'm sure I've come zigzagged over this hill. It's not quite a mountain. It's a couple of hundred meters of incline. But it's, yeah, I've come up and over it 6 times now. It's like a zigzag. That's interesting. Pardon the huffing and puffing, but you know, I've just been climbing a couple of meters. You know, I'm not that guy who's going to sugarcoat it, edit out my panting. I'm giving it to you raw and real. It's a little cave here. Yo. I'm sure the baboons come and hang out here. I think I heard baboons. But then there was also a whole group of kids that were monkeying around. Could have been them. And I wouldn't know what the baboon's gat looks like. So I've stopped giving trails approval rating. I only work on difficulty rating, because the trail is what you make it. If you get lost on a trail because of bad markings, my sort of thinking is, why don't you have a backup way of, I download the map onto my all trails, so if I don't know where the heck I am, I'm not lost, I'm just off trail, and I use all trails to get back on the trail. I don't rely on trail markings. I don't actually pay attention most of the time. I get lost all the time, but it's not that I'm lost, it's just like I'm off trail. So for instance, that's one thing. If you're gonna, the only thing that I will avoid, there's a couple of things. There's reasons why I won't go to a trail. There's a lot of litter. I don't want to go back there, because if the trail attracts the kind of people who litter, then it's not my kind of people. I'm the kind of guy who's going to pick up all that litter, and it ruins my hike. If you go to a trail, there's people with Bluetooth speakers, I'm not going to go back there. I would say people who scream excessively, but we were just doing stupid monkey calls to each other. We were reenacting scenes from movies, etc. So I've been guilty of that. We get quite boisterous. I think that's the only two things that really would put me off a trail. Okay, looks like I'm heading towards the end of this one. As just getting out of the city without driving for hours, this is definitely a great option. Just like my Kianga trail, so this is literally 15 minutes past Pretoria. So if you're in Pretoria, this is going to take you 20 minutes, half an hour at the most. From Joburg, I drove to my friend's place and then to here, it's an hour, so also not hectic. So where I'm now, I can hear some cars, some planes, but look at the scenery. This is the trail down. So that's not all the whole trail, it's just this section here. And it's technical enough to be challenging if you're training for bigger trails and for like multi-day hikes. If you close by to this one and you do this one twice a month, you'll be well prepared. You'll be able to negotiate all those tricky parts. If you're a beginner, like I said, do the yellow first, then move on to the red one. I'd say the red one, you need to be quite fit before you attempt that, and you need to have some experience, good balance, and you need to be prepared. You need at least I take 2 liters of water every time. My bladder is 2 liters. That's my drinking bladder. My other bladder is not quite 2 liters. Do bring snacks. I'm a great proponent of more natural. I don't like the gels and the things in it, although I have some in my bag. Don't spike your blood sugar. I prefer having things that give you constant, like peanut butter, constant energy, so you don't not chronically spiking your blood sugar. I just like to have them in case there's a bit of emergency. You get to a section that's really rough and you need some energy to get through it. Then the gels are kind of useful for that. Trying to capture a quiet moment when this freaking plane is gone, because this bird is tweeting so nicely and it's so quaint here. Just taking a 2-minute breather here just to enjoy this. So postscript to that, I'm on my way home. I enjoyed the trail. Unfortunately, the experience was soured by the fact that the restaurant they serve wraps. I waited 45 minutes and they clean forgot to make my food. They are actually being extremely silly, because it's a nice setting. I would love to have had a meal there. I was actually looking forward to a nice meal there, but drive out the gate, there's a shopping center right across with a Wimpy and other restaurants there. Rather do that. Don't waste your time with the restaurant. It's a nice place to sit, maybe bring a picnic and sit there, because they are rather useless.